I've always felt like abandonment is this invisible chain. It's not something you see right away. It's more of something you feel wrapping tighter every time someone walks away. Every time you let someone close and they vanish just as quickly. It's why I've built walls so high that I can't even see over them anymore. People think it's about being cold or distant or even quote unquote nonchalant, but it's not that simple. It's about survival. If I let someone in, they'll leave eventually. Everyone does. So what's the point? I push people away before they get the chance to do it to me. It's a defense mechanism, sure, but it's also a curse. This feeling of abandonment has seeped into every part, and it's shaped who I am, how I interact with the world and with people. There's a void inside that's been carved out by every departure, every disappointment, and every person I thought that could be different, but wasn't. And over time, I learned that it's easier to just keep people at arm's length. Why risk the hurt when I can just push them away first? It's a cycle. I pull away, they pull away. And in the end, it's always just me, alone. But at least I'm not vulnerable anymore. I've told myself it's better this way. I don't need anyone else to fill the emptiness I feel. I'm used to it by now. The emptiness is a part of me, and maybe it always will be. But this sense of abandonment doesn't just linger in my mind. It starts to physically hurt too. It's like a weight pressing down on my chest, making it hard to breathe, hard to move. It's as though my body knows the pain of being left behind before my mind can fully process it. Every time someone walks away, it's like I can feel it in my bones, deep in my muscles, the heaviness of their absence settling in like a physical ache. Sometimes the pain is so intense that I can't even get out of bed. I just lie there, frozen, as if the pain has completely paralyzed me. It's not just emotional anymore. It's a full body experience, where every part of me feels drained, exhausted, unable to move, as if the grief and hurt have taken all my strength. And when the night comes, it gets worse. I haven't been able to sleep because all I do is cry. The tears come without warning, spilling over in the dark as I lie there, staring at the ceiling, wondering what's wrong with me. It feels like my mind refuses to rest, replaying every memory, every moment where I wasn't enough, where someone left, where I failed. The quiet of the night only amplifies the noise in my head, and no matter how tired I am, I can't escape it. The crying doesn't stop until exhaustion forces me to pass out, and even then, it's not restful. I wake up feeling as broken as I did before I closed my eyes. What makes it worse is how hard it is to find true companionship. It feels so rare to meet someone who really sees me, who understands the part of me that I hide from the world. And when I finally do, they always leave. No matter how much I want to hold on to them, it's like they slip through my fingers every time. It's terrifying. The thought that I might never find that type of connection again, that maybe I've already lost my chance. And there's no one else out there. The fear of that emptiness, of that absence, keeps me up at night more than anything. The only thing that gives me comfort in those moments is music. Specifically the kind of music that feels as broken as I do. Depressed lyrics, haunting melodies. They're the only thing that seems to understand me when nothing else does. They don't judge, they don't leave, and they don't ask anything of me. I can lose myself in the sadness of a song, letting it wash over me, feeling like just for a moment I'm not alone in how I feel. It's not much, but it's something. It's the only thing that makes the nights a little less unbearable. I'm not saying I don't want to fit in. I do. But I can't help but to feel that I don't belong. I'm always on the outside looking in, never quite finding my place. It's like I'm always one step removed from everyone else. Even when I'm surrounded by people, I try to find connections, but then they slip away. So I stop trying. It's easier to be alone than to risk opening up and being let down. The world keeps moving, and I stay still, frozen, in a pattern that I don't know how to break. It feels like I'm drifting, constantly, searching for something to fill the hole inside, but nothing ever fits. That's why I keep my distance. The fear of abandonment isn't just a past wound. It's a constant nagging reminder that anyone I get close with will eventually leave. So I stay isolated, with only my thoughts and my music to keep me company. Maybe it's safer this way. No one can hurt you if you never let them in. But still, I can't ignore the gnawing feeling that maybe this isn't how things are supposed to be. Maybe I was meant for something more, but that seems out of reach at this point.
I just wanted to thank y'all for the recent support, and next video won't be as gloomy.